Hello and welcome. Ashley here. I wanted to say thank you for downloading the answers to your top 5 questions about the new SAT. I created this video to provide you with some effective strategies as well as to walk you through how to get the most from your guide. I wanted to take a quick second just to introduce myself in case we haven't met. My name is Ashley Jordan, and I am an educator of nearly a decade. I currently teach middle school science, but I have taught at the elementary through high school level. And I started my business because I really wanted to provide parents and students with the resources and the options for personalized planning for both college as well as SAT preparation. Which is why I'm very glad that you opted in to watch this quick walkthrough video because I will be providing you with some information on how to navigate the new SAT as well as how to get the most from your guide. So, as a teacher, as an educator, I will oftentimes get questions on the new SAT. What's the difference? How is it scored? What are some things that I need to know to be successful? And so what I did was I wanted to just compile some of the top 5 questions that I hear most often from parents and really provide some answers as well as some strategies for parents and students so that they can really do the best on this new SAT. So the new SAT was introduced in March of 2016. And one of the top questions that I hear from parents is, how is this new SAT scored? So the scoring actually ranges from 400 to 1600, 1600 being the perfect score. As you'll remember from the olden days, that used to be the perfect score on the test as well. So they've kind of gone back to that. And there's 2 sections, which include math as well as evidence-based reading and writing. There is also an optional timed essay, which is scored from 2 to 8 points. The second question that I hear most often is, will there be the sentence completion, or what is commonly referred to as the vocabulary portion? It is often quite dreaded among students and parents alike. And the good news is this sentence completion portion will no longer be on the new SAT. However, it is important to understand that vocabulary is still being assessed. It is simply interwoven throughout the reading passages, and it focuses more on multiple meaning words. Therefore, understanding the context of how that word is being used is very important. Another key component is that there are only 4 answer options on the new SAT as opposed to 5 that was on the previous version. The third question that I hear quite often is, what types of reading passages will there be on the reading section? And the new SAT focuses more on historically significant and scientific documents. So these would be things like the Constitution. You can also see things like graphs and charts that you will have to be able to read and understand. The fourth common question that I hear is, has the math portion changed? Oftentimes people say, okay, so the reading portion's changed, there's no longer the vocab, the scoring has changed, so what about the math? And yes, for the most part, the math portion has changed a little bit. There's going to be a focus on multi-step equations, as well as some higher level math, including trigonometry. It is also important to have a very clear and well-developed understanding of the theories behind mathematical principles to understand equation building. The fifth common question that I hear quite often is, what do I need to know about completing the essay? So the idea that the essay is now optional kind of throws people off, and they don't really know, do I need to take it? How is it going to be assessed? What is it going to be on? What do I need to know to prepare effectively? And so the essay, it's important to understand that even though it's not required on the actual SAT itself, it is optional. You do need to understand that many colleges will require the essay portion. So it's very important that you look at the testing requirements for the colleges that you want to apply to determine if you actually need to take the test or not. Remember, the SAT essay option is 50 minutes, which is 25 more minutes than the previous version allowed. And you also need to make sure that when you're preparing for the essay portion, that you have a really developed understanding of the techniques for persuasive writing. You will need to analyze the arguments that are presented in a 600 to 700 word passage that you will actually read and go through. On your guide, I actually included a brief section on the number of questions as well as the time that is given for each of those sections on the test as well. So this is kind of just a quick guide that you can go through and look at and see really how much time you're going to have and how it's broken down. So as we go through the new SAT, and as we discuss different strategies, techniques, what's important to understand, how the test is really going to be constructed, it's important to note that anytime you are taking a test, preparing effectively is really the key. And you want to start preparing as soon as possible for the SAT. Studies have shown that students that take smaller steps to prepare and they prepare over longer periods of time will actually get better scores. It will also help to decrease stress. So another important thing to remember is junior year usually is when students will start to study, and this is a really stressful time. It's one of the hardest years academically for students in high school. They're taking academically rigorous coursework, they have multiple extracurricular obligations, and so to put studying for the SAT all in that time can be pretty stressful. So to start studying as soon as possible is really the key. Now, if you're already a junior or already a senior, absolutely start studying as soon as possible. That's really the point of what we're trying to say. It's never too late to begin preparations. You just want to make sure that you're preparing as soon as possible. And you want to make sure that you're preparing as effectively as possible. Help students prepare for the SAT to really help them get their best score are some personalized approaches to SAT preparation. We have convenient online options for students that can also include one-to-one virtual tutoring in our online learning classroom. This classroom is all of the effectiveness of private tutoring, but in the convenience of your own home. You can upload PDFs, you can interact and communicate with the tutor in real time, and you can actually work through problems on the screen. We also have online curriculum with practice problems that are explained in detailed videos, as well as video lessons that are taught by Ivy League instructors. The online curriculum was developed by a Yale graduate with over 15 years experience in SAT preparation. So, if you're interested in learning more about our SAT preparation options or for signing up for some of our programs, please visit the link below simply by clicking, or you can look at our URL here that I have provided. The link will take you back to the thank you page you will see, and all you need to do is simply click on the sign up. We have a bootcamp option. We also have other options as well, including our signature program, which includes our online curriculum, which has online lessons, quizzes, all taught by Ivy League instructors. There are also detailed explanations of each question because, again, it's important to understand why you got something wrong. It's important to understand how you can move forward and get that same type of question right in the future. And so our programs really help students do that. They help to drill down on effective strategies and really how to get their top score, all taught by Ivy League instructors, and they're all at an affordable rate. So I encourage you to click the link below to go ahead and get started. And again, you can visit the URL that I have provided here. I look forward to working with you. Have a great day.